What's up, my friends? Are you ready to go for a wild ride today? Because we're going to get on the sticks. This quad is so much fun. It is a little 4-inch HD or analog ripper. It starts in around $200 for the analog version for 5.8 gigahertz FPV. And if you want to do DJI FPV, that one's going to cost you around $339, which is actually quite a bit cheaper than some of the other ones I've seen recently. Like they're up in the $400 range lately. And this guy is looking pretty good. I'm going to fly it today with Gep RC's naked GoPro Hero 8 edition camera as well, that's sitting right up top here. And what's cool about this one in particular, Holybro is paying attention because this one almost perfectly fits the Gep RC Hero 8. Look at that. Even in the back, they have it cut around where the plug goes in, and they have the exact matching plug on here. So all you have to do, if you got this and this together, all you have to do is plug in that cable and your GoPro Hero 8 is ready to be powered. Put it at micro SD card, start recording, and go. So you don't need to do any additional wiring or setup on this. I know the GoPro Hero 8, this one is about $500, but it is already decased and set up for you when you get it out of the box. So that's pretty cool. So you can also set it up on a switch and have it inside beta flight so that it turns the camera on, records, flick the switch again, and it stops recording. Or you can do it manually up here. So most of the time I'm too lazy, so I actually just push record and I go ahead and start my flight. But speaking of flights, let's go ahead and do a flight with this on a 4S 1100, my favorite battery lately for this one. You can get 10 minutes flight time on this battery. If you want to get one of the Gep RC Li-ion batteries, like a 3000 milliamp, you can get close to 26 to 27 minutes flight time on this guy. There is no GPS on this one. It's meant to be sort of a freestyle rig, but you can send this one out there on a Li-ion pack, or you can fly a LiPo to do freestyle. So this will be my freestyle of choice. Also a lighter one, 650 milliamp 4S GMBs. These guys are solid for me. So without further ado, let's rock it, guys, and let's get this bro up in the air. Here we go. right, guys, that was fun. Cinema, freestyle, whatever you want on this quad. It's weighing in at 211 grams. That's without the battery, unfortunately. This one weighs a little more than some of the other ones out there. It is a beastier frame for freestyle, and that's why a 4S battery is going to get you up to 270 with the GEP RC GoPro Hero 8. If you take that off, you'll be under 250 grams. So you can fly it with HD and record your HD footage, which also looks pretty good. Or you can maybe try to go lighter on the battery if you're really trying to squeak out some footage under 250 grams. So this quad was exceptional for the freestyle performance, which I was really hoping for. I know that this one coming in has a really nice flight controller in here. It has the Kakut F7 Mini V3, so this is the third version of this flight controller. I've been flying Kakut for maybe 4 years now, and they've had quite a progression all the way back from like the F3. So now we're on F7, and these are pretty nice. They have 60 watts on here. It has S-Bus, I-Bus, Spectrum, Crossfire. You can do PPM. You could even go back as far as doing some like PWM, but I don't think you're going to be able to set that up on this one. Why would you want to? That means hooking up all the wires, not even needed. You've got 16 megabyte of black box storage on here. You've got a TPU mount in the front. This comes with it, as well as another smaller mount for the GoPro. I guess you could maybe hook up one of the Insta360 Go's or the Go 2. I have a Go 2 sitting back there that I use every once in a while, but I think this is the optimum setup. However, if you're going to be freestyling, you know, you're going to be taking some chances busting out this lens, and these are not as tough as a full-size GoPro. If you want to fly a full-size GoPro on this quad, you could do that. Aside from an F7 flight controller on here with Betaflight, there's the USB port right here. You also have Teco 32 F3 4-in-1 35 amp mini ESCs on here. So it is a 2-up stack right in the middle. You can see it right there. And we have an HD plug on the F7 Mini, which is cool. So the Cadex is a backseat Cadex Vista, and we have a Nebula on the front. And recently they've run out of supplies for making the Nebulas, and so that's why they're using a lot of the polar cameras that you're seeing on the new quads come out recently because of the chip shortage. They're running short of these, but this one has one. So if you prefer this one over the polar, you're not gonna be able to fly this one at night, but it does great during the day. In the back here, we have a shorty. Looks like a cherry style antenna. And this is actually the Cadex. This is not a cherry. Yeah, it's a cherry. It's by Rush FPV, and it's not a very long one. It's a shorty, but on 700 milliwatt, you can really get quite far out there. And in the back is set up already for Immortal T if you want to do Crossfire. This comes with the DJI Cadex Vista already set up for binding up to S-Bus. So if you want to fly a DJI controller on this and bind it up, it's real simple to do. The bind button's right here. You just turn on your radio, press 3 buttons, it starts beeping, and you press that button after it turns green, turns red, and bam, you're bound up within like 20 seconds. It's pretty awesome. So that's a real benefit of having like an HD controller if you're ever considering it. Now, one other thing that I did notice on this quad, aside from the F7, nice 35 amp ESCs, is that this one also has replaceable arms on here. And that's nice for freestyle. We've got 3K, 3mm carbon replaceable arms. It is sort of flung so forward here, so almost like a dead cat, but sort of a forward X, sort of a hybrid dead cat, if you will. We have plenty of space on the back. You can run quite a large battery here. It's a long flat body truck bed, like I've called it times before. It's probably big enough to fit like something like a 3500 like Zod battery on here. If you want to kind of send it out there a little bit longer, you can get the 3500 milliamp, and you can also do the 3000 milliamp from GEP RC, which is a really good one. Plenty of camera tilt. We've got a built-in buzzer in there as well. Check this out. There's a TPU mount right in front of the flight controller right here, and you can see it underneath here as well. That is already set up, ready to go. You can also enable some D-shot beepers on here, which I do from time to time. But a great looking profile on this quad. 35 amp ESCs, F7, that's what makes it fly so good. 1404, 3800 kV motors, and we have 4-inch 4023 props. I've flown these quite a bit and they are very smooth. Nice thick cord to a really nice thin taper on the end. It makes it a really quiet prop. So this is the kind of quad, I know a lot of you guys ask me all the time, would this bother anybody? Absolutely not. I fly this one at a local church, and once it leaves the field, it's really quiet. And even when I'm freestyling it around, it's fairly quiet, even at the 50% to 75% throttle. So I don't think you're going to get in trouble flying this one. It is really quiet. It also comes with some extra accessories in this case, which is super nice. You get an extra set of props in here. And I think one of the nicest things about Holybro, if you buy anything Holybro, honestly, you get a really nice case. And sometimes they fool me with this case because this is a case that's big enough to handle or fit a 5-inch race quad in here. The original Kopis 5-inch Freestyle came in the same kind of case. I don't know if they made a whole bunch of these, but it's kind of cool because the quad goes in, you got this big strap in the middle, and you strap your quad down. Of course, you're gonna have to take your hero off, but if you're traveling with it, it's cool because it fits in here, it protects the quad, and it's quite nice. It has some extra foam in here. You've got your extra strap, zip ties, your Cadex manual. We've got an extra harness in there, that's for the DJI quad, and you have some extra antenna poles in there for running XM Plus. Those can come off the back right there. And last but not least, your assembly guide. So it's nice that some of these companies, not all of them, give you an exploded guide for the quad frame itself, which is cool. This is everything you need here. You can get this frame coming up as well. I'll put the link down below for the Kopis Freestyle 4-inch for the HD and the analog version. If you want to pick up either one of these, I think you're going to have a solid hit here. Like, this company keeps kind of like coming right up on Gep RC's heels. So, you know, Gep RC is one of my favorites on the channel, and they tend to send me stuff that just works really great out of the box. And I gotta tell you, Holybro has been working hard for years and years in the FPV community to bring us like bind and flies that just rock out of the box. And the F7 Kakut, the new version, is freaking a wild ride. So if you guys want to check one out down below, I'll also put some props down there, and I'll put my battery choices for freestyle and a long fly battery. So thanks again for hanging out, guys. Get your comment down below in the video, subscribe, and you'll be entered in to win that novice fork coming up. This has been my Holybro Kopis Freestyle, guys. It's a freaking sweet ride, isn't it? Appreciate you guys. Make some comments down below and leave me a like on this video if you like all my drone camps videos. I'd really appreciate it. Guys, take care. Stay humble and be kind. I'll see you on the next one.